Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome once again. I am Blue Sage of Blue Sage Gaming, and I'm glad you could join me. For this little series here, I waffled about whether I should separate these down. I'm not going to too much. These ones I have out because okay, here's what we're doing. We're gonna be doing hacks, and I separate these out from the other standard legit content because there is a large portion of the gaming community who will see this as unethical or immoral or inferior gameplay, which I personally don't agree with at all. But I'm not here to have moral or theological arguments with anybody. I just provide content, and if the purpose is this, maybe you just want to be an absolute god in your video games, and that's fine. You can play them how you want. That's kind of the point. Maybe you just want a little help. Maybe you just want something, a tool you can use judiciously just to give you that little bit of edge in those really punishingly, brutally hard games. Of course, obviously, I'm referring to classic gaming because most modern games now hold your hand and are powder puffed so that 12-year-olds can play them. But I digress. Maybe you're like me and you've just always liked taking stuff apart and trying, at least in a general sense, to understand what makes it tick, what makes it do what it does. So, for any of the above, I would like to offer this content. So that we got that out of the way. As I said, I'm not going to distinguish it down too much. I thought about making separate distinctions for tools and trainers and mods versus glitches and bug exploits versus more organic styles of cheat, such as cheat code, button press cheat codes, or accessing hidden dev menus and functions or things like that. But I'm not going to do all that. We're just going to say, we're going to call it all hacks. We're going to hack the game. Are you excited? I'm excited. So, I'm going to try and make this comprehensive as possible. I'm going to try and stay away from the jargon and stuff and use plain speak and basically sound like I'm talking to idiots, not because I think anybody present is stupid, but because I want to be as hand-holding as possible to help people who don't otherwise already have some background, some experience, some tinkering knowledge, that they can kind of you guys can dive right in, get your feet wet, enjoy the benefits of this, and also stimulate your imagination to, what are the possibilities? So, I think that's enough yapping. Obviously, here, as you can see, I've got pulled up some Grand Theft Auto 3. Now, this is for PC, obviously, as you can see the mouse cursor. This particular set of tricks is going to require you the PC version. I apologize to my console buddies. I have versions of it on console too, but the reason we need the PC versions is because they happen to include a nice little feature of making and saving and broadcasting your own replays. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, geez, Blue, you barely self-promote and you don't monetize. What do you need replays for? When you see the replay mode is a very valuable tool, a very powerful tool, an almost too powerful tool, but we'll get into that in a moment. I'm not using any other trainers or programs or anything. I have no way to prove that to you, so you have to take my word for it. But there's no cheats or hacks or nothing like that currently. This is a clean, legit install of the game. And just to help support that knowledge and also to show that anybody can do this right away, diving right in with no special prep. Now, some of the later tricks using this same premise or this same foundation are going to require some pretty complicated prep and timing and so forth. So we'll get into that when we come to it. But for now, this trick I'm going to show you guys right here, really nifty, and you can dive right in and do it almost straight away. So I'm going to hit start game. and I'm going to start a new game. We're going to go straight from scratch, straight from the opening. Probably should have done that in the first place and then done all this talking during the opening scenes, but that's alright. So getting back to the replay mode. When you go into replay mode, or let me start simply. When you go into a cutscene like this cutscene playing right here, some very specific rules are present for the game. Let's say the game has 2 states. It actually has like 3 or 4, but for purpose of simplicity, let's say it has 2 states. Mission 0 and Mission 1. Or Mission Off and Mission On. So, when you're in a cutscene like this, you're essentially Mission 1. You're Mission On. Which means you can't activate a save state to initiate a game save. You usually can't access interiors or instances. You can't trigger a new mission because you're already mission, active and so forth. So anyway, we covered that. The reason that's significant is because the game's memory is very interesting. The way it handles memory. You may have noticed, besides the fact you can never seem to get the car you want to spawn, you may have noticed that similar cars tend to spawn at times in these games, all of these games. And yes, the framework in most of them that came out at this time is the same, at least in theory, with few exceptions. A lot of these tricks I'm going to show you with this replay mode will also work in Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto Vice City Liberty City Stories, and so basically all the games that came out in this era, these Grand Theft Auto games that Rockstar made, they didn't go about advertising the fact, but much like Bethesda and their games, it's the same game. It has different sprites and different maps and different storylines drawn up each time. But the core game, and thus the mechanics in it, are the same. Exactly the same. It's the same game. So a lot of these tricks will work across games. Feel free to leave me, comments and let me know what does and doesn't work in other games and so forth. But not going to worry about all that right here. We're gonna play with these little tricks, and then this will show you how to experiment on your own and explain how to go about it. Alright, so here I need to drive the vehicle. This is just a little opening tutorial mission. It's pretty standard. I'm going to go ahead and put this on nothing to try and keep us from getting in trouble. I don't know if it would get us in trouble or not, but it never hurts to err on the side of caution. You guys don't really need GTA 3 radio stations anyways. If you haven't heard them a million times yourself already, then feel free to enjoy the surprise when you do get around to the game. But yeah, we don't need any trouble from the big bad YouTube police just because we're trying to create content. And I don't know where I'm going, obviously. So yeah, I have not played this game in quite a while. And anybody who has played any of these games knows all the maps are pretty expansive and different one to the next, so hopefully everybody will forgive me for not having the map memorized. Okay, so we can see the little marker icon there. It's going to show us where our little newbie beginner hideout is. Nice and pretty. And it's a neat little spot. It's actually conveniently located reasonably for what we need to do. Yeah, you can save your game here. I really wish you could skip these little tutorial pieces. I think possibly you can in the later games. So here's the place you can save, just so you know. Now get back in the car and go somewhere. You're not allowed to save yet. Gee, thanks, game. So now it's going to show me where I need to do missions. In fact, I think I need to do the little first starter mission, but no worries. No worries, we'll get there. Yeah. And if it looks like I play this like crap, I do, but it's also because I'm half not paying attention. I'm just, I don't care. It's not why I'm here. It's not why we're here. Not what we came to see. Wait here, man. Well, drive me all the way over here and then stand around and wait for me. Pretty pushy for a guy with 2 busted wings, if you ask me, but whatever. Look at this tough guy. 8-Ball's got some business upstairs. Maybe you can do me a favor. One of my girls needs a ride. Grab a car, pick up Misty from the clinic. Then bring her back here. Remember, no one messes with my girls. So keep your hands on the wheel. You don't mess this up, maybe there'll be more work for you. Now get out of here. Sorry, I'm sure that was horrible, but I entertained myself, if nothing else. Get a vehicle. Well, this one will do. I mean, I just have this funny feeling we're not going to find anything particularly better sitting around. Not at this point in the game. So yeah, I got to do this little newbie mission where I go and pick up Misty and bring her. Boring, but it's what we must endure. Had to do the clean from scratch game just to prove my... You know what? Well, yeah. I got to do this, unfortunately. I thought maybe I didn't, but as I thought about it for a moment, I was like, yeah, I do. So, we're going to get her in the car. We're going to load Misty in the car. Well, no, we just got to drive her back over here to the joint. But my demon-possessed TV decided it was going to cut off for a moment again, so forgive me that. Oh, wow, what got going on? Okay, there we go. Well, everything's back to normal. As everybody gets peeks at my screens. Oops. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And I should have gone that way, but I can go this way, so it works. Excuse me, coming through. Priority mail here. Excuse me. Whoa. Somehow I just knew that van was going to be there, so at least I didn't clip it. So we drop off Misty, and then it gives us some money and turns us loose. Hallelujah! So we're going to hit the button on that. We don't need to watch her strut all the way around back of the club. You can go see Luigi for more work or check out the city. We're going to opt to check out the city. You can earn extra cash by borrowing a taxi. You can also hack the snot out of it. You can taxi driving whatever car you want. But that's another video. That's right. You have to check back in. You have to keep watching. Stay tuned for that one, because that's not the trick we're showing here. Here we're going to show the newbie kick-ass cheat the snot out of the game in the after the very first mission with very little effort or know-how. So as I said, the computer versions specifically have a replay mode. So if you want to go ahead and hit F1 on your keyboard, it'll start a replay of the last 30 seconds of your gameplay from the time you press it, obviously. As you can see, this is showing the footage that we already have on cam, and you can hit it again to deactivate it and go back to live play. But when you're in replay mode, it's like you're watching a cutscene. So let me illustrate this by... I'm going to punch this dude or knock him down. Get up. Hit me back. Hit me back. Oh, that's right. I think I'm thinking of later games. I don't think in 3 that the peds will aggro back. I think they'll just run or lay down and die. So never mind. I was going to illustrate that he would start beating on me, and then I'd go into story mode, or into replay mode, and then when I came back out, that I wouldn't have taken any damage, because the real game was essentially paused while we were in the cutscene of replay mode. But never mind. Oh well. Game made me a liar. Forgot the limitations of the technology I'm dealing with in this particular one I chose for an example. Never mind. So, when you're in the cutscene, when you're in the special game mode, basically the real game is paused, but also a few different things happen. It extinguishes any fires to stop memory dump, crash, glitches, soft lock things from happening that you would normally want to happen. So any fires in the game world are extinguished. As you can see, I'm dancing in front of the fire truck. So any fires are extinguished. Your vehicle and or any mission critical vehicles, assuming you're in a mission 1 or mission on state, are automatically healed a little bit or healed to the minimum possible amount to keep them viable, which anybody's noticed if they just happen to may have noticed sometimes if they happen to blow up a mission vehicle right at the same time that they were triggering a mission end state or a cutscene state, that they made it into the cutscene, and when they came back out for the next part or at the end or whatever, the vehicle was miraculously repaired to be alive again. Anyway, let's get to the meat and muscle of it. So you can hit F1 to replay the last 30 seconds. You can hit F2 to start recording the last 30 to record the last 30 seconds of replay to a file dump, and you can hit F3 to play that file dump. This will be important in later things, but for now we can just use the F1 instant replay because it's nice and simple. So as anybody who's played Grand Theft Auto is aware, you can get in a fire truck, you can steal a fire truck, and you can do fire truck side missions. In the case of the fire truck, it's putting out burning vehicles that will spawn. So, as I already stated, one of the many, many, many wonderful things that replay mode does, or cutscene does, is that it instantly extinguishes any fires anywhere in the world. Need I explain further? Let me just demonstrate, and seizure warning for anybody who may be susceptible. There's going to be some blinking screens here. So we're going to start firefighter mode. And if you watch the radar ring, it's going to spawn what already has. See the little red dot? That's a burning vehicle. So we're going to start a replay and cancel it. And the fire is extinguished and we get rewarded. Now we're going to wait. Okay, now we got another burning vehicle on the radar ring, as you can see. So we're going to start a replay and we're going to cancel it. Yay, fire extinguished. Reward $500. So now we've got another vehicle. We're going to watch a replay, and no, we're not. So now we get $750. So, yeah, we got another one. Oh, and you don't have to do it this way. If you want to be lazy or try to make an AFK machine of some sort by repeating, then you can just sit here and do like this. Now, mind you, it takes a few frames each time for it to... So since you're triggering cutscene every frame, you're going to have to sit here and spam it like this multiple times in between it, bringing up the next, spawning the next vehicle. So I don't particularly care to do it that way. But you could, if you so chose. Point being, you sit here and do this. As you see, I've already got quite a chunk of money for a brand new player just hitting the streets. And go ahead. Feel free to come gripe at me in the comments. Money's not really a problem in Grand Theft Auto. Although, at least starting out, as I recall, it was a bit grindy in this one. Trying to get enough money for the weapons and so forth. But, yeah, but it gives you money, obviously, but it's also grinding up your progress on the fire truck. And also remember how I said that one of the cutscene state effects in the memory is that it restores a minimum amount of health on your vehicle and or mission vehicles? Well, not only is this your vehicle because you're sitting in it, but we're sitting here doing these fire extinguisher missions. It's the mission vehicle. At any rate, if anybody's been paying attention and looking at the vehicle from this lovely angle that it defaults us to, in this particular spot, you may have noticed that my fire truck is getting kind of shiny. I'm not sure how many of these it takes, but when I tried this, I sat here and did 60 because I wanted to see if it unlocked the fireproof mode. If you do at least 60 or maybe it's 61 to roll it over of these missions, the fire extinguisher missions, you unlock the fireproof bonus. In other words, your character, Claude, as he's come to commonly be named, he becomes fireproof. But I believe specifically in that instance, it's coded so that you have to do 20 in each district. Each place there's you have to do 20 in each fire truck. You can't just grab the first one and do all 60, grind all 60 and bang, you got it. Now that's in this one. I think in later ones, like I seem to recall in Vice City, I could just grab like a taxi and do it out the gate and unlock the hydraulics on the taxi, for instance. But here in GTA 3, I think it's locked down by districts, so there's that. Nonetheless, it won't matter. We're going to sit here and we're going to do, just for sake of illustration, I'm going to do at least 61 fires. We're 2/3 of the way there. And then I have a little more demonstration to show you. My resolution is not the greatest, so it's hard to see that little dot. And it's generally the only indicator you have that it's spawned to the next one. Well, the scroll along the bottom too, the problem is the area where the next one spawns isn't always different than the last one, so it's not reliable, per se. But we're rolling right along. It seems to spawn them faster the higher you go in a row, and you can also see the money increases incrementally per reward as you chain them. But as you can see, I'm already well over. I mean, we're creeping up on $400,000 now, so money should for bullets and weapons should definitely, and body armor or whatever, should definitely not be an issue to you using this method. So in and of itself, for that, it's beneficial. However, once you do this, if you do this, like I said, I just want to make sure. Okay, I think it's 60. And it might be an in-game thing. But alright, so we're going to go ahead and cancel that out now. We've done at least 61. I'm positive that's enough. So I earned $472,750 for sitting there pushing a button every second and a half for, 3 minutes, give or take. So now we have this lovely fire truck. And if anybody isn't aware, it's definitely not the best steering vehicle, but it's very heavy. It's very good for smashing stuff. I'll demonstrate if I can. A big truck. Oh, next big truck. Boom! Goes flying. So normally, you wouldn't want to do that because you damage your vehicle and you would get all messed up. And it would catch fire and blow up on you inevitably after a couple of those. But no. Lo and behold, if you sit there and use the replay cheat, or hack, rather, to... Now, it will show cosmetic damage. You can knock the doors off and so forth, and that's more of a... That's another game mechanic. That's a forced game mechanic for certain... Because reasons. It's simple, and I don't want to go into all that. It's really technically difficult to explain simply, but... There's reasons they have it so the doors can still get knocked off and the windows can still get knocked out and so forth. However, as you can see, the front of the thing, which I have been just royally slamming into stuff, it's fine. No smoke, no fire. Long story short, yes, spoiler alert, for all intents and purposes, structurally, the truck is invincible. And no, this isn't a locked-in glitch. You can take this big clumsy bugger here, get out, go do the mission, oh, okay. You can get out, go, where's my attack button? There we go. You can go kill the bad guys, Oh, I guess some will fight back, nice. So I'm going to kill this bad guy here that was walking down the street, mind his own business, by punching him backwards. I'm going to take his money. I hate the way the controls are in this game. I'm going to go to classic view, forgive me. So I'm going to take his money. I'm going to go back. Assuming it hasn't already despawned. Yep, it's still sitting there. I can jump back in. And the truck is still, in fact, completely invincible. And I believe... somebody feel free to test this, and please do comment and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm human, I do make mistakes. But I haven't put it strictly to a hard test. I do believe, though, it is full invincibility. That is to say, it is fireproof, it is explosion proof, as well as it is bulletproof, as well as being damage proof. I know it's bulletproof. I can actually, come to think of it, I can illustrate that easily enough. Oh, if I don't get it stuck. Come on, roll back over. See, now we're screwed. Now it's going to catch fire and screw up anyways, just because the game's going to do that to get rid of it. You definitely got to be careful not to roll the thing. Oh well. That is a shame. And if we go back to where it was and grab another one, it will not be fireproof. Unless, if you happen to sit there and repeat the replay code enough times, like to do it the way we did the first time. But sadly, otherwise, the respawn versions of it will be pretty standard. I think they have a little more health than what it would normally otherwise have, but they will not be invincible. Well, no. Go to the fire truck, Claude. Go to the fire truck. There you go. So we're going to take this out, and now you'll see if I slam somebody real good. That wasn't real good. Come on, can I get a boink? Can I get a little bit of speed here? Get a demonstration going for these fine folks. Bam! Okay, as you can see, the windshield of it flew off there. And the front still isn't damaged. Okay, let's see if I can slam into something like a building. Bam! Okay, well, anyway. But, yeah, so that's just one example of many tricks. A beginner example, as you can see, you start the game with plenty of money, and you have a real big tanky vehicle that it is nigh on impossible to kill you with. I don't know, maybe the respawn versions are invincible too until you roll them over. Yeah, no, see, it's catching fire. Oh, let me out. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh. Yep, okay. What an ending, huh? Oh, 4 stars. Not wanted stars. Yes. Health tutorial. Oh, I think I let me skip it that time. Nice. So, there you have it, ladies and germs. That is a beginner intro to hacking the living snot out of Grand Theft Auto 3 with the by abusing the replay function. I hope you've enjoyed this little piece. If you like what I do, then do what you do. And I will see you next time. Peace.